Hi, it's me, Barbara, and this is not a hot sweaty tip, although I do have several of those to post. I just haven't got them posted yet. So, but this is another story time. So get comfortable, and I think I'm going to title this story 13-Point Turnabout, sort of. You'll understand as the story goes on. So, as most of you know, if you know me, on Sundays I usually go to brunch with my husband and I, David and I, go to brunch with our friends, Dieter and Josette. And this Sunday we decided we were going to go to Kells, which is right on the main drag of our street. And if you don't live in Ashland, just let me tell you that Ashland has turned big time. We have 5 traffic circles now on our little Ashland has 5 circles. And also they changed the parallel parking on the main drag of town into back in diagonal parking, and this has been a real source of discussion for all the citizens. So you either they love it or they hate it, or but it's different. It's completely different than what it was a few years ago, and it took a while for it to all get done, and now it's done. And there have been mixed reviews, and I've tried to be very positive about it, because like, you got to drive in the street, so you make do with what you got. Okay, all right. Did we need 5 traffic circles? Probably not, but we got them, so there they are. Okay, so Kells is right on the main drag, and it doesn't open till 11, but we thought they opened at 10, so we got there at about 10:30. And we said, oh, we're really early, so we drove around a little bit, and then we came back, and my husband's always a driver, so he parks right in front of the store, right in front of the entrance. We get up there, go around the circle and back in, and we're sitting there waiting, and we're just discussing what we might do for the day and stuff, because we were thinking about going to the movies, and Josette and I were picking the time that we wanted to go to the movies. And this chick comes driving down in front of us, and she tries to pull into the back end parking. And I mean, she's trying hard to whip that car around, turning and turning to get her car almost into a U-turn position, because she's going this way and the back end parking is this way. So she at some point stops and starts to back up, and we're like, oh, she's figured it out. All of us, conversation in the car has completely stopped, and we're all just watching. Well, look at that. We're like, oh my gosh. So so she starts to back out, and we're like, oh, okay, she's figured it out. It's back end parking. Oh no, she just backed up and turned back and pulled back forward and back and forth until she gets in there. And we're just looking at her like, what the heck are you doing? And we're the only 2 cars on this side of the street, because the store hasn't opened yet. All right. So then she stops the car completely, and then she starts it again and starts to back up, and we're like, okay, she's figured it out. She's figured it out. No, she just wanted to straighten it up a little bit. So, okay, I gotta get some coffee. So we're all just like, I don't even know where the conversation had been when we stopped, but we just couldn't stop looking at her. And I said, should I tell her that this is back-end parking? And Dieter says, yes, you should. And David and Josette said, no, don't tell her. She knows what she's doing. She's grown up. So, and then Josette said, okay, well, this side of the car says no. And then Dieter says yes. And if you say yes, and it's split, so you get to decide what you want to do. And I said, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to cause a fight or anything. I'm not going to say anything. So we resume our conversation. I swear. Truth is stranger than fiction, and it's funnier than fiction too. Okay, here comes another car. Next to her does the exact same thing. Turn, back up, pull up, back up, pull up, until now they are parked back. I took a picture of the girl. I didn't get a picture of the second car, but I took a picture. I'm going to show it below, right down here. Okay, so anyway, so this other car parks right the same way, and it takes them about 13 times to get it straight to. Okay, so we're just sitting there, and we go on with our conversation, and then the doors open, and so I said, and as we're getting out of the car, I said, I have to tell her. I said, because if there come other cars and park next to her, she's never going to be able to back out. When she backs out, she's going to be going in the wrong direction. So, and in order to go in the right direction, she's going to have to go over that median into the other lane. So I walk over there. Dieter stands at the van. I'm walking over there. David and Josette, they hightail it straight into the hotel or into the restaurant. They don't want anything to do with this confrontation. Okay. So I go over and she rolls her window down and I said, listen, I just wanted to let you know. And you know, you can park any way you want. I said, but this is back in parking. And so right now there's nobody beside you, but if cars come and park next to you, you're not going to be able to back out of this and you'll be going in the wrong direction. And she just, I swear to God, it was like a deer staring into the headlights. She went, and I said, I mean, you can park anywhere you want. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that if the cars come and park beside you, you're going to have a difficult time getting out because you didn't back into the spot. But yeah, it's totally up to you. And she goes, so I turn around. That's when I realized that David and Josette were already in the restaurant. Dieter and I walk on in, and I said, well, she just kind of looked at me like a deer staring into the headlights. And then, oddly enough, she gets out, she's gotten out of her car, and so is her friend, and they come in right behind us at the restaurant. So we sit, and there's a place that we normally sit in the restaurant, and we go over there and sit. And then when we leave, they're still there, and the car's still, you know, pulled into the back end parking. So I don't know if they ever got out or not. It was almost worth it to stick around and just watch to see her try to manipulate her way out of that. But we decided to go to the movies, so we didn't have time to do that. So that's my story. So, but here's the thing. Ashland's main drag, love it or hate it, you're going to have to comply with the rules. Now, I have a friend that says, Winchester's dead to me. I will never drive on it again. And that's fine. If you hate it that much and you don't want to drive on Winchester, that's fine. But if you are going to drive on Winchester, I think you should probably just comply with the flow of traffic and the back end parking. Or you could be a non-conformant and do like this chick. But that's my story. I debated whether I should post it or not, because obviously this is a local person. We checked, she had Ironton tags, and the other one had Kentucky tags, but like from a different county. So, you know, if you're watching and you're embarrassed because I'm, you know, outing you on this, that's what you get, you know. Sorry, it sucks to be you, because you're the topic of my conversation. But really, if you are watching, thanks for the entertainment. I mean, it really started a day off with a nice smile and chuckle. All right, that's it. The end. Thanks for listening.